Good morning and welcome to another episode of Writer's Morning Commute. So, my general schedule for the day is to wake up, make these videos on my way to work, go to work, on my way home from work, I stop at the gym. I exercise for about an hour, probably not that long, 45 minutes or so, 30 to 45 minutes. Every day of every weekday. And before, I was listening to audiobooks while doing so. But the audiobook I'm currently listening to just wasn't really doing it for me. And I had been wanting to watch Breaking Bad again for a very long time. I wanted to go through it a second watching. And I realized that Netflix now allows you to download episodes onto your phone, so I started doing that. So I just want to talk about, finished Season 1, and I just want to talk about some things that I felt Season 1 did well, and that we can learn about, and use in our own writing. So the first thing that really hit me was the foreshadowing. There are a few different moments sprinkled throughout Season 1 where when I watched it the first time, I didn't really know exactly all that was going to happen. I just had a very basic idea of where the plot was headed, but didn't know any of the details. There's some really good stuff in there. This will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, what's wrong with you? Get on that, watch it. It's a wonderful, nearly perfect show. So the first thing that made me go, oh wow, was the episode where, let's see, and I've started Season 2, so I'm trying to make sure I keep the two separate, but I'm pretty sure it was Season 1 where there's an episode where Walt and Hank were talking, and it was after Hank found out about Walt's cancer that he took Walt aside and looked him in the eye and said, you know, if anything ever happens, I'll take care of your family. Which, in context of the cancer, I mean, yeah, that makes sense and was a very kind thing for him to say. But in context of the overall show, knowing that Walt was going to start, you know, kind of going down this road of villainy, and he was going to become the threat to Hank's family. That Hank was also, in addition to making a promise there, he was also kind of making a threat. You know, we didn't know it at the time. Hank didn't know it at the time, but he was saying, you know, if anything threatens your family, I'm going to help protect them, even if that's you. So I thought that was really excellent. The other thing, also involving Hank, surprisingly enough, was at the baby shower. Skylar's opening presents, and she opens up the tiara from Marie, and she comments about how expensive it must be, and Marie's, you know, oh, no bothering. And the camera pans over to Hank and Walt, and Hank rolls his eyes and then finishes off his beer and asks Walt if they have anything stronger. Now, in context, the first time I watched this scene, I thought, you know, oh hey, he's just upset that she spent so much money on this baby tiara that isn't going to be used beyond, you know, maybe a photo shoot or two. And he was just upset at the money loss. But having watched the show before, I knew that it was stolen. I knew that he knew she had a history of shoplifting. And, you know, putting those together, he's probably drinking at the fact that he knows, you know, $500 to $600 didn't disappear out of their bank account. He knows that was stolen, and that she's reverting back to her old ways. And then whenever Walt says, you know, yeah, we have something stronger, they step out to the back porch, start drinking some, looks like whiskey, I think. And Hank says, that it was just getting too feminine or something like that in the baby shower, and he needed some air. So I felt like that was a really good piece of foreshadowing, because when you go back on a second watch or a second experience, if you're writing, second read, it puts things in a different context. It's a little clue there, specifically added. I don't know if it was, purposely on their part, but I think as writers, we should go back and specifically add things for people reading their second time to reward our dedicated readers who are trying to, get the most out of our work. And adding lines like that where we can deflect reader expectation before they have the full picture, but then where it becomes clear in retrospect once they do have the full picture, I think is really powerful. Just reflecting on how you can do that. Make the motivation look like one thing and then flip it around so it's actually something else once they understand everything that's going on. And that's where I'm going to leave you today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.